Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video here on iStarly TV. We are continuing our Road to Master rank here in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's Battle Stadium Singles Ladder. Today I'm actually doing something a little bit different. I am still almost there at Master Ball tier. I know it's taking me so long and I have a couple days left, and I made a couple tweaks to my Rain team that I played in the last video, and I've been liking that team. I wanted to kind of feature, like I said, switched out a few Pokemon for Pokemon that I thought would help. And if I'm being honest, I think people are just prepared for Rain. Like, I don't know if it's a thing that people are aware of now. I think that's the case, but I ended up facing a lot of people who just seemed to be prepared for it. I literally faced someone who had a Florges with Sunny Day. So if that doesn't tell you that people are expecting it, what else will? Anyways, so I actually have this rental team. This is the first time I've done this on this series, and I wanted to try this out because this has a lot of strong Pokemon, a lot of cool Pokemon, and a lot of unique Pokemon that I really like. This is from a YouTuber by the name of Regs13, I believe is how you say it. And he's another YouTuber who posts a lot of Battle Stadium singles videos, and so I've been liking his content for a little while now, since, you know, kind of towards the second half of Sword and Shield's online meta. And yeah, I've been enjoying his content. I think I found out about his channel from the Smogon forums, and then I just checked it out and I liked the videos because I just like seeing a lot more Battle Stadium singles content, because there's plenty of VGC content. But anyways, so he posted this team in one of his recent videos and it looked like a lot of fun. So I'll try to talk through it. I'm not 100% sure of the EVs of all of them, but I think a lot of them are probably what we'd expect. So if you can notice right away, the first Pokemon here is Tauros. Paldean Tauros, which is the fire-type Tauros, with, of course, Intimidate. And it actually has Eject Pack with Close Combat. So I really love Pokemon like this, just Pokemon that are like pretty offensive, but also have some support to them as well. So he has Will-O-Wisp, which I saw in his video was actually really clutch. Rock Tomb is great against other Pokemon that are trying to set up. And then just Close Combat with Eject Pack is awesome for just gaining momentum. And as I've said in the past, momentum is extremely important in Battle Stadium singles. Then we have Annihilate, which is a pretty standard Annihilate set. I think it's pretty expected, like this is what you run on Annihilate. It's a bulk up set with Drain Punch and Rage Fist. It also has Taunt for other bulky Pokemon. And then we are Terra Normal just to take on the prevalent ghost types in the meta. Then there's Assault Vest Magnezone, which I've seen him use, and it looks really strong. It also has Analytic, which makes it hit a lot harder because Magnezone's decently slow. And then we have Dondozo, which is just one of the best tanks in the game right now. He's also running Fissure and Wave Crash. I've seen a lot of people run Wave Crash on Dondozo. I guess I know it does a lot more damage, but for me the recoil has been a little iffy, so I'm not too sure about it. We'll see how it goes today. And then of course he has Fissure, which is another move that I've been really iffy about just because it's super inaccurate. But I think the thought process with Fissure, especially with Rest Talk, is, you know, even though it's extremely inaccurate, if you just land one, you knock something out, right? So that's all you need, right? Then he has Hydreigon with the Electric Terra type, which is cool because when you Terra Electric Hydreigon, it has 0 weaknesses. And Hydreigon actually has okay bulk. So being a Pokemon that hits really hard and has 0 weaknesses and is decently fast and somewhat decently bulky, that's a great recipe for success. So this is actually my first time using Hydreigon as well, and I love Hydreigon, so excited for that. Finally, we've got the Dragon Dance Terra Fairy Dragonite, which, again, just awesome. So let's go ahead and try this out. All right, we have an opponent now, and interesting team, the very interesting team here. Usually when I see a team like this, I'm like, oh, you know, I don't see those Pokemon every day, but I try not to underestimate it just because sometimes they're running wacky sets that just absolutely destroy you, so don't underestimate anyone, right? Let's see, I'm loving Tauros here, I think. Volcarona is always just terrifying, though. I have Terra Grass Dondozo, but I mean, that's weak to fire, right? So this is actually terrifying. You have, like I said, Volcarona just scares me. It's a horrifying Pokemon to play against. I think I just love bringing Tauros here. It's pretty good against a lot of what they have. Even though it is weak to the Palafin, I do have Intimidate, and I think I'm naturally faster, or we speed tie. Actually, I think we might speed tie, so that's kind of scary. Either way, I do want to bring the Tauros. I don't know if I want to lead with it, but I'm probably just going to. There's also Hydreigon, which is great against Tinkaton. Is it though? Not really. I'd have to Terra. Wow, okay. Magnezone is also decent, although they don't have that many special attackers. I think I like Magnezone. Magnezone's also good against Volcarona. And then finally, I think I just like... Do I like Dragonite here? I think it's going to be Dragonite just because of the extreme speed, especially with multi-scale. I don't know if I brought the right Pokemon. And see, you know, with the Rain team, even though I wasn't doing amazingly with it, like, it's kind of easier to play because it's like, okay, you have your game plan and you're trying to execute that game plan every game. You're trying to bring the Pokemon that will execute that game plan. And then if you see Pokemon who go against that, you can, like, you know, make the according, like, decisions. Whereas teams like this, where you just have a bunch of different Pokemon, like, you have to make a lot more decisions. But either way, luckily for me, he actually leads with his Annihilate. So that's great for me because getting the Intimidate on that is going to be awesome early. I'm just gonna make sure, like, Annihilate doesn't have, yeah, it doesn't have any abilities that block Intimidate. So I think I'm cool to just go for a Will-O-Wisp here, right? Like, worst case scenario, he goes into Volcarona, but I think Will-O-Wisp is just fine. Like, hitting literally anything on his team except Volcarona with Will-O-Wisp is great for me. And he actually does stay in, which is really interesting. Does he have Lumberry? Okay, he just goes Bulk Up. Wow, okay. Definitely wasn't expecting that, and not sure why he would do that. Maybe he's Rest Talk, which would actually be really scary. Is there a world where I just go into Dragonite here and just set up a Dragon Dance? Huh. I think I'll just go Raging Bull just to get off some damage and just scout what he's gonna do. It doesn't do, like, anything. Okay, he's bulking up again, which means it's possible that he is, again... I think what I'm gonna do here is go into Magnezone. That's not a good idea, though. I just know that my physical attacks are just not doing much of anything to him. Yeah, this is not great. I'm just afraid he's just gonna rest, and then at that point, like, GG. Oh, God. Do I expect him to go for a move right now? Because if I do... Magnezone's tanky enough that it might be able to take a hit, but I don't think I can freely switch into Magnezone. I think I just got to pull that trigger and just go into Magnezone here. If he goes for the Drain Punch and, you know, does more than half, then I'm in big trouble. But I really just feel like I have to just make this play. Otherwise, if I'm just staying in and spamming Raging Bull, like, I don't think that's a good spot to be in. So... I think this is a good spot for me. Looking at his team, the rest of the Pokemon on the team. Let's see. I'm thinking, like, I'm about to Terra Water my Magnezone, but I'm also thinking, like, if I do that, I cannot Terra Fairy the Dragonite. But I think that's okay. So I'm just going to go ahead now and just go for the Discharge. No, I think it's Flash Cannon. It doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm going to Terra Blast. And I guess I just Terra Water? Because does that do a little more damage because I'm stabbed now? It might. But either way, I'm pretty sure I'm in a good spot because he's at -1 attack. In addition to that, he's burned. So he's just like, his attack set is significantly altered. And I'm going to Terra here. So if he goes for the fighting type move, I should be able to take it really well. I guess worst case scenario, he's going to go for Rest, which is, again, what I'm most afraid of. Okay, he goes Drain Punch. He's going to get a little bit of recovery here, but as I expected, that just doesn't do that much damage at all. And of course, this is also Analytic boosted. Now, having a Terra Water Magnezone is pretty great, especially against Volcarona. Okay, it doesn't kill him, which is unfortunate. Oh, he has a, what, Citrus? Or Iapapa or something like that? Okay, I think I knock him out with Volt Switch, but I think I need to play it safe. I'm just gonna go Flash Cannon now. So what I was saying is obviously, oh, this is gonna do some damage. Obviously what I was saying, oh my God, that does so much damage. Well, okay, that's unfortunate because now if he has Volcarona, I might be in trouble. But what I was saying was Terra Water on Magnezone is great against Volcarona, but it's best when you're catching it off guard, when you're like expecting them to go for a fire type move on you and then you Terra Water. Now that they know that I'm Terra Water, they're going to be less likely to, like, you know, obviously they're not going to use a fire type move on me. And if their Volcarona has Giga Drain, then, you know, that's a problem. But either way, you know, Magnezone's going to be slower than everything my opponent has. So this might be the end for Magnezone here, but I think I'm still in a good spot because I knocked out that Annihilate. Probably could have played that a lot better though. They go into Tinkaton, which is fine for me. Again, I don't think Magnezone is going to do anything for the rest of this battle just because everything else is faster than it. And of course, I'm just about dead. So I'm going to go ahead and just go Discharge here. Just hope that my opponent makes some weird play. They actually went Play Rough, which if they had missed that, then that would have been amazing for me, obviously. But they do not miss that. That's going to allow me to go back into my Tauros and go into my Tauros, which has a good matchup against Tinkaton. I think I just go Raging Bull here. Or should I just Will-O-Wisp in case they switch? I think I Will-O-Wisp. It's pretty likely they switch. If they stay in, I mean, if they stay in, I burn them, which is great. I burn Tinkaton, which is great. Oh, they go Protect. That's really weird. That's a weird one. That's not going to stop me from going WoW here. Although, now there's a possibility they go into Volcarona, right? So I think now that they know I'm about to Will-O-Wisp, I think I just Raging Bull. If they go into Volcarona, this is going to get off some damage on them. If they stay in, they might die. If they go into anything else except like maybe Palafin, they're going to take way too much damage from this. So I think this is just the best play now. They're Terrasolizing. Interesting. Could be Terra Fairy, which I don't really care that much about. It is Terra Fairy. Interesting. Okay. So Play Rough will do a lot of damage now, but there's also a possibility that I either kill them with Raging Bull, or I mean, I'm still going to be faster than them. So, okay, so I take them down. They miss the Play Rough. That's huge. That's really unfortunate. Okay, so here's the thing. I close combat them. They only have one more possible physical attacker left. The rest of the Pokemon they could have brought are all special attackers. I'm trying to think what I should do here. Because like, if I close combat... Oh, wait, it's not very effective. I'm dumb. I have to Raging Bull. Never mind. Okay, good thing I noticed that. Because I was thinking like... I forgot that they had Terra, I guess, which is dumb of me. I forgot that they're pure Fairy now. So like, normally Tinkaton would take neutral damage from close combat. So I was thinking of going for that since it's the stronger move and it'll guaranteed knock them out if they had not Terra'd. And then I'd trigger my eject pack, and that would make me switch into Dragonite, which might not be the best play, though it could be. Okay, so they're actually going to withdraw now. Again, I don't think they have a switch into Raging Bull, and I actually am confused why they want so desperately to save their Tinkaton. Wow, okay. So this is pretty good for me. They have... Is that Black Sludge? That's really interesting. You don't see that every day. I can't hard switch into Dragonite. I mean, I could, and I take a hit with Multiscale. I think I'm okay here. I'm just gonna Raging Bull again. I think, oh wow, okay. Oh, that's just fine, actually. That's perfectly fine with me. This was an interesting team, like I said. But either way, I'm gonna go down to the Destiny Bond here. However, that's gonna mean my last Pokemon is Dragonite, who is of course weak to Fairy. However, I have Extreme Speed, I have Earthquake to do a lot of damage, and on top of that, of course, I have Multiscale, which means I should be able to take a Play Rough pretty easily, unless if I get lucky again and they miss, which I shouldn't expect. It kind of doesn't matter what I do here. I'm just gonna Earthquake first, and then... Oh wait, they have Mold Breaker. Is that gonna matter? That's gonna matter, isn't it? Oh no. Am I gonna lose? I have to Extreme Speed here. If I somehow live or if they miss, then of course I can just go for another one. That is if I don't kill them. Wow, I do not kill them. Am I about to lose? Oh my goodness. What a nightmare. I just lost. Yeah, they have Mold Breaker. Wow, so that goes right through Multiscale. Wow. Disappointing. Oh, they have Life Orb. I should have known that. Wow. All right, well, I ended up losing the first one. Just can't win anything. I like this team, though. This is a really cool team, and I'm going to keep going with it. Maybe do 1 or 2 more battles, but it doesn't feel good to lose that first one. Like I said, my opponent's team was really interesting, and I think I played to the best of my ability. I just didn't think about the mold breaker there, but with what I brought, I do feel like I played the best I could, right? I'm trying to think of any big misplays that I made, and I'm sure there were some if I watch it back, but I think I brought good Pokemon there. And again, the Pokemon I was most afraid of was Volcarona, and they didn't even bring it, and surprisingly, the most threatening Pokemon ended up being Protect Tinkaton. So let's go to the next one. All right, we have another Gengar game. I don't know what it is, but for some reason when I ladder, I play against like the same Pokemon like 2 or 3 times in a row. Like I played against a Glamora team 3 times in a row. Not the same person, but 3 teams with Glamora 3 times in a row one time, and then I played against like 3 teams with Mimikyu 3 times in a row, and then now this is the second team with Gengar, and Gengar is not a common Pokemon. But anyways, let's just get right to it. I just wasted time. I'm liking Magnezone here, I believe. Although I do want to be wary of that Meowscarada. Dondozo's okay here. It's good against their physical Pokemon. Let me see what EVs we have on Dondozo. I don't have much time. It's HP Special Defense, sure. Okay. Hydreigon is also pretty nice. I love me some Hydreigon. Do I bring Tauros? I love Tauros, but I don't know if it's great here. I want to bring it though. There's also Annihilate. Oh man, I'm running out of time. I don't know what to do. I have no idea what I'm doing, everyone. All right, we'll see what happens. This is another reason why I tend to try to make my own teams, because then I know why I'm playing certain Pokemon and I know what the deal with those Pokemon is. And when I use other people's teams, which I've tried in the past, sometimes they just don't work for me because I'm not like, they don't click with me, or like, you know, I'm like, oh, I don't know why they have this move, or I don't know why they have these EVs, you know. But that's not a knock on the team itself, because the team is great, but you know, that's just how I am. Like I can't always connect with teams because, you know, I guess maybe I'm stuck in my own mind. But either way, they lead Meowscarada, which is actually good for me. This is another situation like last time where I have to make the prediction of what they're gonna do. Seems kind of dumb to just Will-O-Wisp. I'm just gonna Raging Bull. We'll see what happens here. They could Terra. They U-turn. Okay. Kind of expected them to switch either way because, you know, I just have a good matchup against him. Paldean Tauros is actually really good, and I know that's what Regs was saying in his video with this team, was that, like, you know, it's just a good underrated Pokemon, and it's fun to use underrated Pokemon, and I mean, Tauros is awesome. So, win-win-win, right? Let's see what they go into now. Because they have a few Pokemon that are going to make my Tauros scared, but they also have a few Pokemon that Tauros is good against. So they go Umbreon, which I am okay with. Of course, they could Terra. I could burn them, and I don't run the risk. I don't care about Synchronize because I am a fire type, so I cannot be burned. Although usually I think Umbreon has Inner Focus. I think I'm just going to close combat and get my Eject Pack into Hydreigon here. Because Tauros is really good in this match, especially now that I know they have Meowscarada, and they do not Terra. Wow, it does a ton of damage, but unfortunately it does not kill. So I wonder if they're gonna go like Wish or no, not Wish, or not Protect. They might go Wish or Foul Play here, or Toxic. I don't know. I don't think it gets Toxic anymore. What do I do? I'm tempted to just go into Hydreigon just to get off some damage. I'm just gonna go Magnezone. If they Wish Protect, that's annoying, but I think I'm okay with that in the end. Again, I just know that Tauros is really strong in this match. Like, at least against 2/3 of their Pokemon, Tauros is solid. So that's a good spot to be in. I expect they're just gonna have Protect, so I'm just gonna Volt Switch, expecting them to go into something else. And if they do go into something else, they will get the Wish, but it'll let me kind of go for, you know, go into another Pokemon that handles it pretty well. So they do Protect. I think similar to the whole Will-O-Wisp thing with Synchronize, I can actually Discharge here and not worry about paralyzing them, because if they have Synchronize, I cannot be paralyzed because I'm an electric type. So I'm gonna go ahead and try that. They also don't really have a good switch into Discharge, so I think I'm just in a fine spot here. And if they do end up terastallizing, I don't think because I feel like Umbreon's typically like Terra Fairy, and if they have Terra Fairy, of course, like, you know, they're not going to want to Terra Fairy against a Steel type. So they are getting a little annoying just spamming Wish Protect, but luckily for me, I do have Flash Cannon. So at this point now, especially since I get the paralysis here, I'm just going to start spamming Flash Cannon. And if they stay in, then they run the risk of me dropping their special defense. So yeah, I'm just going to spam Flash Cannon now. And they also don't have that many Pokemon that can switch into it. They do have Dondozo, but then I have Discharge for that. So Flash Cannon's just excellent here. Just spam it, spam it, spam it. They don't have a good switch in, and they can Wish Protect all they want. Eventually, they're going to get a full paralysis, and you know, if you really want to take it all the way, eventually I'm just going to get a special defense drop. So I'm okay to just sit here and do that. So we'll see what they decide here. By the way, I love Umbreon. I'd love to use it myself as well. Shiny Umbreon's amazing. Even regular Umbreon's amazing, but it's just such a specific playstyle. Like it's pretty much a tank, you know. So as much as I love it, like, it's just not great. Wow. It's not great at my play style, like the way I like to play. But either way, they do get fully paralyzed finally. It was going to happen eventually, and I knock them out with Flash Cannon, which is perfect. I forgot whether they wished or not, though. They were taking so long and I was talking about other stuff that I forgot whether the last thing they did was wish or whether they were about to wish right there. I think I might be able to check that. Do they go Meowscarada again? They do. Okay. Doesn't say anything about wish. I think because Magnezone is solid against a few of these other Pokemon, I would like to preserve it. Gonna go back into Tauros, get that Intimidate. They might just U-turn again, which makes sense. So if they do, you know, it is what it is, but, you know, might as well try this. And if they do U-turn, it'll reveal their third Pokemon, so I can have a better time planning for how to deal with that. But it looks like I'm going to need Tauros for this Meowscarada because it just has a great matchup, like I said. They go Brick Break. That's interesting. You don't see that all the time on Meowscarada, and that actually does a lot of damage. Wow, okay. So they're a fighting type now. I think I just... Do I just Will-O-Wisp now? Are they banned? They might be banded. Or do I just close combat? I think I just close combat. If they switch into something, I don't think they have too many things that can enjoy taking that. Like, of course, they could have Gengar, but yeah, if they stay in here, I don't think they kill me, and then I get off a lot of damage with close combat. Or if they don't have Gengar here, this should do a decent chunk of damage to anything, unless it's Azumarill, I guess. It is Gengar, though. Okay. All right. Well, then in that case, I'm going to go into Hydreigon. Magnezone is Assault Vest. Actually, yeah, let's do this. Let's see how this goes. Gonna go Magnezone, who again is Assault Vest. My plan is to Terastallize Hydreigon. And as I said, I need Tauros for the Meowscarada. I should take this well. I hope they don't get the special defense drop. Okay, I take that really well, and they do not get it. So now I'm free to just Flash Cannon at this point. They can't switch in Meowscarada, and they also kind of can't stay in because I'm going to take any hit from them, and then, of course, I'm just going to get off a lot of damage. They might be Focus Sash Gengar, and, okay, they withdraw. Wow. Well, killing either of their last two Pokemon is just great for me. Okay, so yeah, they do go Meowscarada. Let's see how much... This might do a lot. This might kill it, possibly. It takes it down really low. They might expect me to go Tauros, but Tauros is bad against Gengar. So, like, again, the whole reason I was saving Tauros was for Meowscarada. So if they knock out Tauros here, it's fine, because I'll get off the Intimidate, which is really important. I guess one awful situation is if they, like, U-turn here or something. They do just Brick Break again, though. I don't think this kills me, but then, of course, they're going to be faster, so they're just going to kill me after that. I'm just going to Raging Bull in case they switch into Tauros now, or into Gengar now. But I don't think they do that. They go Brick Break. Then I'm free to go... The question is, which of my Pokemon do I want to Terastallize? Because I could go Magnezone and Terra here. I don't think that's the right play. They are at -1. I wonder how possible it is that I live. Okay, I'm gonna go. I think I know what to do here. My worst case scenario is that they switch right now, but I'm just gonna Terra and just go Flash. Oh, they're a fighting type, so I get to just Terra Electric. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. That's fine with me. Yeah, so my worst case scenario, they actually switch here, because, I mean, they'll go into Gengar and I'll pretty much kill it, but then they have a... Yeah, see, this is actually scary. So Gengar is dead, but then they have a Meowscarada. I probably should have waited on the Terra. Oh, but well, they were locked into Brick Break, so I guess this makes sense, but yeah, it is a really smart play on their part to switch out right there. So get the Terra Electric, which looks really cool, by the way, and you don't see that all the time. Get maybe a knockout. If this is Focus Sash, obviously I don't get the knockout. Okay, I don't get the knockout either way. Oh, God. I think I just switch. I know I can take a Shadow Ball, but I don't think I can take two. I don't know. Oh, they have Destiny Bond. This is the second Destiny Bond Gengar that I've run into. I think that was actually a misplay for them, though, because, like, if they had hit me with a Shadow Ball and then they hit me again with a Shadow Ball, I'm probably dead. So I think this was a misplay because Magnezone can't 1v1. Well, yeah, it's all the same. Because I was going to say, Magnezone cannot 1v1 Meowscarada, but if I have both Magnezone and Hydreigon left, it kind of forces them to make a decision on which move to lock themselves into, but I'm just going to go down anyway. So now at this point, I just have to hope that I survive, right? Wait. Oh, okay. Interesting, okay. So if they Flower Trick, there's a chance I live it. Because Flower Trick would be probably the best move for Hydreigon. And then, of course, Brick Break is the best move for Magnezone. But if they go Brick Break right now, there's a chance that Hydreigon can live it. So we'll see. This is going to be a really close battle. If they're banded, though, it just doesn't matter. They're probably just going to kill me no matter what. But yeah, like I said, if they go Flower Trick here, there's a chance I survive. So they might not be able to do that. Oh, they have Terra. If they're Terra Choice banded Flower Trick, then yeah, I can't beat that. Of course. Yep. Okay. Terra Grass, I meant. I don't remember if I said that or not. Terra Grass, if they're Choice Banded with Flower Trick, that's GG. Unless by some miracle I live, but yeah. Alright. GG. Game number 2 is another loss. I don't know what it's been. I have not been doing well. I'm trapped in Ultra Ball Hell. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, by the way. But I love this team. I'm really enjoying this team. I just need to practice with it more, I believe. I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter. Go Dark Pulse here. They're probably going to kill me with Flower Trick. Again, if they're Choice Banded, there's no chance I live this. Even if they're not Choice Banded, I probably don't live this either way, but good game. Thank you, everyone, for watching. No, I might do one more just to try to redeem myself. I mean, the video's been going on pretty long already, but... yeah, GG opponent. They played it really well. They played it really smart by preserving their Meowscarada. Like, I'd like to believe I was playing decently smart with Tauros as well, and preserving Tauros because I knew it had the best Meowscarada matchup. And then when it got down to the wire, my opponent made the right call and saved their Meowscarada pretty smartly. I guess I should have gone close combat instead of going Raging Bull. That was really stupid of me. Although I was worried that they would go into Gengar and that would give them such huge momentum. Although at the same time, given that I had 2 Pokemon left, both of which were decent at dealing with Gengar, I probably could have just afforded to just go close combat there. And even if they switch into Gengar, I'm okay. So that was probably my best play, was instead of going for Raging Bull, which was the move that knocked Meowscarada down to the red, I should have gone close combat there. And again, even if they switch, like, into Gengar, it's fine. So I should have just really overthought there. Also, another mistake I made was in the team preview. I kind of was running out of time, and so I just kind of picked whatever, honestly. And if I had spent more time thinking about what was good in the matchup, I probably could have made better decisions, because what ended up really getting me there was the fact that they had 2 Pokemon that were really fast, and both of them had different, like, checks and counters, and so I had to save multiple Pokemon just to deal with those. And yeah, that just ended up hurting me. So Even though I've been losing, I still like to try to assess what I'm doing wrong and learn from that. I absolutely know that I'm not the best battler. I don't even consider myself a great battler. I barely even consider myself a good battler, but at least I can think things through and I can kind of talk through what I did wrong and try to learn from those mistakes. So that's all we can hope for. Anyways, I'm going to do one more here and see how it goes. Here we are with game number 3. We have another Tinkaton, which again, Tinkaton's not very common, so it's interesting to see a few teams with Tinkaton today. Once again, though, I do like Tauros here. Once again, I feel like this team is missing Stealth Rocks. Maybe that's just me. Like, I like playing Stealth Rocks, but I do like Tauros a lot here. It's pretty solid against a lot of their Pokemon, except Skeledirge, so I'll need to bring something for Dirge. I like Hydreigon as well, but they do have a lot of Dragon types and some Fairies, but of course I'm Terra Electric, so maybe I can kind of handle that myself. Yeah, I like Hydreigon actually. So I'll go ahead and start by bringing those. And then my third should be, let's see, from their end, who are going to be my threats? Probably Tauros, so they'll probably want to bring something to take on Tauros. And then maybe Dondozo, so they might be afraid of Dondozo. They honestly don't really have too many Pokemon that can like take on Dondozo 1v1, so in that case, I think I just bring it. Yeah, let's see how this goes. It's my first time bringing Dondozo in a game. I've tried it a lot on Showdown, and you know, it's a great Pokemon. It's one of the best tanks in the metagame, I think, but as I keep saying, like my playstyle is more just dealing damage and kind of like switching in and out and stuff, getting up Stealth Rock, stuff like that. So it's not truly my playstyle, but it's a good Pokemon I recognize. So they lead Garganacl. They probably expected the Tauros. I think I'm fine to just burn them right away. I could close combat and get my eject pack trigger right away, but I also feel like I probably want to preserve that. They actually hard switch right away though. If they have Baxcalibur, oh no they don't. Okay, I was about to get scared because Baxcalibur's ability prevents it from being burned, and if it gets hit by a fire move, it boosts its attack stat. I actually missed that. Wow, that's annoying. That's fine though. I think I'm just gonna go. They might have Fissure. They're probably about to go for a water type move here. I'm just gonna go Hydreigon. The thing is, if I stay, I think actually no, I don't think I tear. Well, defensively against a Dondozo, I don't want to Terrastalize here because I resist water type moves and I'm immune to Fissure, which they just went for. However, offensively, I do want to Terra because that'll let me hit it super effectively. But I think I just go Dark Pulse here just to scout. Like they just miss their Fissure, so I feel like there's a chance they're just going to switch out here. And if they don't, I just get to see how much damage. Wow, that does so much damage. And if they're like Chesto Rest, then this is going to be great for me. Please don't have leftovers. Wow, okay. I think I can just afford a Terra now, right? Who else do I have? Yeah, I don't think I want to Terra any of those other Pokemon, so I'm just going to Terra and Terra Blast. Just because I know that, okay, I know that Dark Pulse did more than half, but by some chance, there's a chance they live on the second one, so I just really want to make sure I get that kill. They're going to go into Garganacl. I'm going to Terra Blast, Terra Electric. Here's the other point. This will do a lot of damage, although usually Garganacl runs max HP, max special defense, so that's obviously something I don't love. Also, something else I didn't really think about is that, you know, I assess that a lot of their Pokemon don't enjoy switching into my Dondozo. However, Garganacl and Dondozo are two Pokemon that are annoying for my Dondozo, so I have some decisions to make here. Usually this thing is max HP, max special defense, and they are very likely to Terrastalize as well. I think I need Hydreigon for their Dondozo, straight up. So I cannot mess around here. If I stay in and try to kill their Garganacl, you know, maybe I will, but if I don't kill it, then they get some damage on me, and then that's just bad for me. So I just need to be smart there. And I know that Tauros is pretty solid against Garganacl anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and Will-O-Wisp now. And we'll see how that goes. You know, Garganacl's an annoying Pokemon to play against, especially once they start setting up Iron defenses, actually. So we'll see. I'm just going to WoW here. And then if they just start setting up Iron Defense, I'm just going to close combat and get that eject pack going. They do switch again, though. We know that Dondozo doesn't want to be burned. Now that they know about my Hydreigon plays, though... Let's see. Are they just going to rest now? Because I don't want to switch into that. As far as their Garganacl, though... If their Garganacl is Terra Flying to become immune to Fissure, then Electric Terra Blast is going to do a lot. Huh. I think they get a free rest here, though. So I'm just going to close combat. We're just going to see what happens. Honestly... Oh, wow. That does a lot more damage than I expected. I'm just going to go into Hydreigon here. If they rest, I threaten them. Just by virtue of just having Terra Electric. And if they go for Wave Crash, they are burned and they're at -1. No, they're not at -1, but they're burned. And of course they cannot Fissure. So like, I feel like this is just the best play for me. And I feel like they are gonna rest. Sure. All right. Well, again, I threatened them with that Terra Electric. I think I just Dark Pulse though, just to be safe. Well, Dark Pulse does the same as Terra Electric, I think, at this point. I think I just go for it. They haven't Terra'd yet, though, and usually Dondozo's Terra Grass. Yeah, I'm going to Terra Electric. Worst case scenario here, they Terra Grass. Or, I guess worst case scenario, they go into Garganacl. There's two worst case scenarios here. That's not a good spot to be in. They are thinking... If they stay in, I don't think there's any reason. Okay, they are terastallizing here. I was gonna say I don't think there's any reason for them to just simply stay in, like, and not Terra. Like the only way they stay in is if they do Terra. They're Terra Ground. All right, that makes a lot of sense. But again, yeah. So that was a dumb play on my part. Are they awake? Did I miss the Chesto? Oh, their eyes look like they're open, I guess. Maybe they didn't animate... Oh, Sleep Talk. Okay. Hopefully they just Fissure here or rest. Oh, wow. They get lucky and get the Wave Crash. Oh my god, are you serious? Wait. Oh, duh. They're not burned anymore. Alright, well, here it is. I just got a Draco now. I know that Dark Pulse does a lot of damage, so I know this Draco is probably going to do a ton of damage as well. And it almost kills them. Wow. They might just be purely physical defense on their Dondozo. I think I have to just go... Sleep Talk Rest. Well, it doesn't matter what they go for. I think I mean, it's going to be a speed tie, I guess. I just want to save Tauros. Do I care about saving Tauros for Garganacl? I guess I don't. I'm just going to go Tauros and Raging Bull here. I guess worst case scenario, I guess if they have something like Dragonite, that could be a problem. But this is just a guaranteed kill. If I go into my Dondozo and we speed tie, they win the speed tie and go like Fissure, then straight up game over. Oh, they have Rocky Helmet? How did I not know that? I guess I'm dumb. That's literally my set. I don't know. But now I expect them to have, I mean, I know they have Garganacl. I expect them to probably have one of their dragons in the back. Maybe Skeletor. They go Dragonite. Okay. Interesting. Well, I guess Dragon Dance just doesn't matter. So, They did Terastallize already, so they cannot be Terra Flying for their Garganacl. So I think I just wow here. Although they're probably just going to Extreme Speed. But either way. Oh, I get the Will-O-Wisp, so they might be Dragon Dancing here. That's great for me. I mean, If they Dragon Dance, I'm actually just going to straight up switch. Oh, they Dragon Claw. Interesting. And I live that. Wow. Huh. Okay. Just going to go Dondozo then. Although I'm not a physical defense Pokemon, but they're burned. They're burned and they're at -1. So, oh no, they're not at -1. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting who I intimidated. Okay, fine. Oh, now they Dragon Dance, which doesn't matter because I have Unaware. So this is a good position for me. Now they get to feel the wrath of Dondozo. So once I'm against their Garganacl, the worst issue is that they have Salt Cure, which actually does a decent amount of damage to Dondozo. I guess I just Wave Crash here. Obviously I cannot Fissure. They Dragon Claw. It shouldn't do that much damage. Yeah. And with Rocky Helmet and Burn and Wave Crash, this thing should be going down pretty quickly. Yeah. And then of course I do have Rest. So basically, as soon as they go into Garganacl, I'm just going to hard switch right into Tauros. I'd love to get, well, I would love to burn Garganacl, but I don't think there's any chance I do. Because like, yeah, I think, wait, you can use Terra Blast as a normal move? Huh, I didn't know that. I thought you could only use Terra Blast if you're terrestrialized. I guess that gives it some newfound meaning to me. And I probably should have known that. It's probably dumb of me that I didn't know that. Okay, I don't think I want to rest just yet. But I kind of might as well, right? I was just going to Sleep Talk there just to let them die to Rocky Helmet and Burn. But I think I just rest here. I think that's just fine. Because having, yeah, now that makes it better for me. Having full health against Garganacl is a good spot to be in. I mean, the thing about this situation though is kind of doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Garganacl. The only thing that makes it good that Garganacl would be burned is the consistent chip damage, but Burn doesn't really affect Salt Cure because Salt Cure it does most of its damage after the first hit. So if I get Fissure here and I land it, I mean GG, and I think I deserve that. I get Rest. Okay, I got exactly what I deserved. I Sleep Talked into a Rest. They Iron Defense. Okay. Well, I mean I have to Fissure at some point, but here's the thing. I think I'm just gonna go Tauros now and just try to burn them. My thing is like, I'm trying not to switch Tauros into a Salt Cure, but with my luck, they're going to go for it now. I just felt like once I saw them use Iron Defense, like maybe they're just going to spam Iron Defense now. We'll see. Of course they go Salt Cure. Of course they go Salt Cure right when the reason I stayed in that first turn, you know, I felt like if they went Salt Cure, it's fine. I just wanted to give them a false sense of like, you know, safety, I guess. And just like, you know, let them go Salt Cure, and then they might think like, oh, now I can just go for Iron Defense. And then on that turn, I would go into Tauros and try to burn them. Another thing about this is I forget the sleep mechanics. I don't know if sleep mechanics have been reset in Scarlet and Violet. Like in some Pokemon games, when you're asleep and you switch out, your sleep turns reset. Okay, maybe I'll get a crit here, get lucky. That wasn't even a crit? Why does that do so much damage? Huh. See, and again, I don't know if I'm supposed to wake up here. Oh, let me see. I'm Googling it. No, I don't think there's any way for me to, I don't know what to search there. If I make the right prediction here, I can win this game. Do my sleep turns reset? God. Oh, God. I think they do. What I mean by that is, you know, when you rest, you have 2 turns of sleep for sure. And if you switch out, does it still count like that first turn? I'm wave crashing. I was right. I guess I should have known this information, but I think I just won. Perfect. Jeez, that game was just wow. I finally won with this team. Dondozo's actually really good. I mean, with Wave Crash and even Fissure, like I can see why. I mean, Dondozo's like probably one of the most used Pokemon in singles right now, and in doubles for sure. It's like one of the best Pokemon in doubles. But in singles, like you use it more as a tank. And it's surprisingly good. Like when I see it on the opposing team, I'm always scared. And as we saw this game, you know, Hydreigon can really threaten it. So you want to have Pokemon that can hit it really hard from like the special side, which is another reason why I love my Choice Specs Dragapult. So we finally won a game here. This was a fun team though, you know, shout out to Regs. If you want to check out his YouTube channel, I'll post a link in the description so you can check out his videos as well. He always makes a lot of interesting teams with kind of unique Pokemon. After this, I'm just going to go back to making my own teams. Maybe I'll go back to that rain team, see how it does. You know, like I said, I made a couple changes. One other change that I decided to make was, you know, currently my Floatzel has max HP and max attack. I think I just want to go max HP, or sorry, max attack and max speed with the Adamant Nature, because I found so many games where rain runs out and I have my Floatzel who's slow and the HP honestly hasn't really mattered. Like it really hasn't done anything for me, you know, just, yeah. So I think I'm just better off making it max speed. So who knows, in the next video, you'll see whether I make that decision to either go back to that rain team or I will decide to, what's it called? Make a brand new team. So we'll see, but we're running out of time for this season. So who knows what'll happen? I'm excited. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. Please go ahead and leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet videos. And also let me know in the comments what Pokemon you'd like to see me use in Battle Stadium singles. I kind of feel like almost any Pokemon is usable if you kind of build around it and stuff. So I'm excited to try a lot of new things. The new season coming up, hopefully I'll have a better understanding of the metagame, so I'll have better teams. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.